Hi everyone, I'm Mirela Ciobanu, Senior Editor with the Papers, and today we sit with Eric Barbier, the CEO of TripleA, to discuss what are the benefits that merchants and PSPs can reap from accepting crypto payments once their concerns are addressed. Eric Barbier has over 15 years of experience in building fintech and mobile payments companies. And most importantly, he is also a contributor to our first edition of Crypto Payments and Web3 for Banks, Merchants, and PSPs report. Hi, Eric. Happy to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me, Mirela.
And I want to thank you for being part of our report. It was the first edition, and we really needed input from people that are testing how is crypto doing in real life. So my first question, first things first, when did you first hear about crypto?
I got introduced to crypto actually by my developers in my former company, Thunes, which I started a few years ago. And it was a Friday night, and I saw my developers. Usually on Friday night, they were playing games, video games. But that night, they were not playing video games. They were actually doing things I did not understand, but they were actually mining crypto with my computers and my electricity, but that's how they educated me. And actually, I bought my first Bitcoin from one of my developers.
And if you are to remember the years, when was it?
That was 2016.
Ah, okay. So it's been a while. And what was the first thing you purchased with crypto?
The first thing I purchased back then, it was difficult to be able to buy things with crypto because it was very little merchants would be able to accept crypto. So actually, my first purchase was not a purchase; it was a donation to a charity which was accepting crypto.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
But now, more recently, I managed to buy some of my Christmas presents with Razer, for instance, for my kids to buy them, video games.
So, if you are to think what are the verticals that are more keen to accept crypto payments, one of them would be gaming.
Yes, gaming is interesting because there's a very nice overlap in terms of demographics between gamers and crypto users. We also have luxury, which is a very important vertical because you have people who invested in crypto a while ago and they want to spend this, so they have more disposable income. So people with crypto tends to be richer than the average. And something we've heard from all our merchants is that people paying with crypto spend way more than when they're using other payment options.
Okay, and since you mentioned crypto payments, can you tell us more about what is AAA's contribution to our report? To briefly mention some of the topics you are discussing there, to entice our readers to download the report and find out more.
Sure. So I think we're sharing the benefits for merchants to accept crypto. Today, there's 300 million people having crypto around the world, so it's kind of the same size as PayPal. So this means that you can sell to more people around the world. Also. One of the issue of traditional payment option is the fact that there is some risk of fraud. So the beauty of crypto is that there is no risk of chargebacks. So once a payment has been accepted, there's no way to reverse it. So as such, from a merchant standpoint, is guaranteed to get paid.
Okay. So can you think of other benefits besides, you mentioned the volume, chargebacks? I don't know, maybe in terms of transaction speed when it comes to more cross-border payments. Do you see any benefits for merchants there or and
Yeah,
consumers?
yeah, one of the benefits is obviously also cost. It's way cheaper than cards. And it's ideal for cross-border payments. Especially it enables you to have an option which is available in every single country around the world. So you don't need to have the local payment option and so on at a very affordable cost, way cheaper than card payments.
Yeah, and with some of these benefits, also some risk can happen, especially since you mentioned, yeah, that some of the, let's say, more active segment in crypto payments is the luxury. Sometimes some illicit money can be involved also here. So now let's take the discussion in the area where, yeah, we talk about risks and how to prevent them.
Yeah, as such, that's why it's very important for a merchant to work with a duly licensed crypto payment gateway, because as such, they are going to be guaranteed that they're not going to be used as a money laundering machine, really. And some of the checks we're able to do is that we're doing the so-called blockchain analysis. So we're able to, some people think that crypto is completely anonymous. That's not true. Because it's based on the blockchain, we can analyze where the crypto is coming from. So we're able to detect and block transactions which are coming from dark web, from scam, from OFAC listed entities. And so all those transactions would be blocked. So we would tell the merchants, the transaction is invalid, do not ship the goods or services, while on our side we're doing further investigation and potentially file an STR to the authorities. So we're making sure that our system cannot be used as a way to launder money or worse, finance terrorism.
Yeah, and it has also, crypto has also been involved in many types of discussions nowadays. Why do you think this topic of accepting crypto payments is still relevant today?
So here, the crypto at the very beginning was invented as a payment system, and unfortunately, a lot of the use cases were around trading, speculation, and things of this nature. So I think the trend we're seeing is like, I think a lot of those speculative usage are going away, and people are now understanding that the actual real use case of crypto is payment. And whether it's consumer payments and as well as B2B payment, domestic and cross-border, crypto is solving a lot of issues of the existing payment rails.
So should I understand here that one thing that you like most about crypto is enabling payments? I mean, what are the things that you personally like about crypto?
Oh, for me, I'm only interested on the payment side of crypto, both the payment. So typically helping a consumer to buy from his favorite e-commerce site, but as well as the other direction is, for instance, enabling a business to make a crypto payout to one of their suppliers. So, for instance, we're helping businesses having freelancers in Bangladesh or in Philippines or in Argentina to get paid with crypto, because for those people, they prefer to have crypto than the local currency. So that's the opposite use case we're facilitating, is helping a traditional business having fiat, having euros or dollars, and help them to process a payment to their supplier who prefers to receive crypto.
Yeah. And since we are starting a new year and people are keen to see what is everyone's prediction on what's going to happen, yeah, what do you think is going to be next for crypto payments in 2023?
I think the big trend we're seeing is B2B payment. So using crypto for B2B payment, in particular for cross-border transaction. It is 10 times more efficient than Swift, I would say. And because of the stable coins usage is becoming very significant, like USDT or USDC. I think this is going to be driven first by SMEs. They're probably going to be the early adopters because it really helps improving their working capital need.
Yeah, and since you mentioned stable coins and these ones are pegged by fiat currency, I was thinking also about CBDCs. What is your opinion on this topic? This is a bonus question.
Very frankly, I don't believe into CBDC because you have two types of CBDC: the wholesale CBDC, which is not really improving today between the RTGS system, the payment system between the banks and the central bank. It's working well today, so I don't see any issue with that. And I don't believe we want, mostly in particular for privacy reason and for practical reason, I don't believe that we want to do a KYC with our central banks. And in the other direction, I'm not sure the central banks, they want to handle the KYC. So and they also don't want to take away the business of the banks because they are regulating the banks. So I don't believe, and MAS in Singapore, the Central Bank of Singapore has released a paper recently, and they've been crystal clear. They don't see for now any use case or benefit for a CBDC.
Yeah, and in the geography you are positioned now, are crypto and stablecoin used intensely? I mean, what's their usage, the adoption rate?
We're seeing huge growth on our side. I would say it depends on whether, for consumers, they're still using the traditional crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on. While for business usage, we're seeing more and more businesses using the stable coins. So I think, and I believe stable coins have been growing in terms of payment usage, have been growing faster than the traditional cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, so we are to see some things changing a bit in the payment space in 2023, or not necessarily changing, but some adoption rates, increasing in terms of digital currencies. And returning to our report, if you are to convince the readers to download it and read your contribution using one phrase, what would that be?
I think it's the first report which is giving a complete overview of the state of the union of crypto payments. I think that's really the first time we have a reference report on this topic in the industry. Okay,
great. Thank you, Eric, for talking with us today, and we look forward for the next edition and have a follow-up to our conversation.
It was great talking to you. Thank you so much.